For me, I want to be able to contribute in the long run with the transformation of policies in Nigeria. That is how they see art, because I feel like it's not really appreciated enough. The artists are not really appreciated enough. I feel like they have a lot to contribute. It could improve tourism. It could improve the way people live. It could change the concept of some areas. There are areas in Lagos, or not just Lagos, everywhere around Nigeria that are like abandoned neighborhoods. And what art does is it revitalizes the place, brings life to it. And when you transform those areas, you see it feels safer for people to like be in and not run away from those areas, just because you see those kind of place with art, and you just naturally, it's like someone is there. I don't know how to explain that.
I completely agree. I completely see what you mean.
Yeah, and yeah, it could go a long way, but for now, the government, they don't work closely with artists to create stuff like that.
3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Jeoffrey Sarpong podcast. I'm back here with Charles. Charles, how are you, brother?
I'm good, bro.
It's good to have you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
It's good to have you on this podcast. We met a long time ago, like nearly a year now, isn't it? I remember I went to this exhibition by this artist, and then you were there also visiting the artist and obviously seeing the artist. We both asked questions, and then we got in touch. I followed your page. I saw the art that you did. We've been talking about doing this for a long time. So I'm glad we're here today. It is amazing place.
Places in London.
Places in London, man. I'm showing you guys everywhere in London, but yeah, we're starting today. Okay, so let's start off properly. Give a little bit of introduction about yourself, who you are, where your journey started from, where your art started from, what inspired you to do art. A little bit of background for us, please.
Okay, so well, you already mentioned my name is Murray Charles. So my friends call me Bomo Ways. That's my brand name. It's not really like it's not my nickname. But I mean, I answer that when they call me to, yeah. So why I got interested in arts, how I started. I think when you're young and everyone has interests. Yeah, you find out your friend, he loves to like play with toys, and the particular toys he loves to play as like cars, and then you think it's just fun, and you find out that really he loves cars. So for me, I loved colors. I'm always interested with crayons, drawing, not like the way kids always love to like play, but it was very interesting for me. It was like fun. It was like, it has so much meaning for me when I was doing it, even as a kid, because I don't really think so much like a kid. I mean, even then. So I wanted it to be an artist, but I had parents that, the African parents.
African parents, I know.
They never had this idea of you going into your career and then you're chasing arts. So what's art gonna get you? You know the stuff. So I stopped, and then I wanted to do something more professional, and I said, okay, what is something close to like art that I can do? So I wanted to do architecture, and I thought in my mind that architecture was art. And I never knew that architecture was science, because in my mind I was like, this is drawing, this is building.
Yeah. You can see how it looks. Yeah.
So it was in my JS3. Mind you, I've always paid interest in like art class, because that's where I focused on, thinking So I never really pay attention with science. So when my elder sister, she said, "Oh, architecture isn't art, it's science." I was like, "Really?" So I looked it up on the internet. It was actually science. So many of my friends have gone far with like having so much interest in chemistry, physics, and all that, but I was behind. So somehow I was like, well, I'm gonna do science no matter what, and just because I want to do architecture, something to please my parents, and also something like a closure to meet with me, like at least drawing or
Something artistic, yeah.
artistic. But did I become an architecture? Nope.
No.
And you have this problem in Nigeria where sometimes what you're chasing to get in school, you don't get it. So I did environmental management. When I got into school, that was when I found my way back into doing the whole painting. So when I was in school, I started painting people's rooms for free, and later on it became like a side hustle. I'll paint people's room very fast. Everybody knew me with that. Some would call me celebrity painter in school. So then I would create different styles, splash. I remember I started one of the design splash in my school then in uni, and it became popular. And yeah, so
let's backtrack a bit. I know you're still going, but you mentioned something that's interesting. I want to focus on a little bit more. So you're saying in school you started painting people's rooms.
Yeah.
So that's how people started to know you. So that's like your first, let's say, little break as a celebrity artist. Yeah. You start to think I'm an artist. Yeah. What does that feel like when you're in school but you're known for this thing which is art? You know what I mean? Like how did that make you think about, okay, maybe did I make it I could be an artist, or was that still like just having fun?
So it was both. One, it was I became popular in school, and you know the feeling when you become popular, especially when you're young. So it was interesting. Every day I want to wake up and paint. There's another concept with that. It wasn't really like art. It was like just a painter. But I redefined it in my school. I made it look different because they don't really regard painters. They look at it like it's a downgraded job. It's not worth doing, and they don't read people who paint. But with me, I made it different. I had vibes. I had fashion sense. So when I go for painting, I dress very cool. I don't dress dirty. I dress neat. I had a very good spirit. It comes with like the whole package. So it wasn't just there for me painting. It was like a whole mission for me in school. Like, okay, let's work on the mentality of people thinking that artists are poor. We're not poor. And sometimes when they come to my room, they see stuffs. And they're like, how are you able to afford this kind of stuff? I mean, you just paint. And like, yeah, we make money from painting. I'm fast. So the more rooms I paint in a day, the more money I make. So why do you think I can have stuff like this? So I had people who even told me after school that I was one who inspired them to go into entrepreneurship. And
that's so sick. I also like the fact that you try to redefine what it means to be a painter, even at that age. So you're saying, how old were you at this time? This is like
I was not too young. I was already 21.
Okay, so 21, so still, but you're still at that age when you're popular in school, you're still trying to redefine the idea of what it means to be a painter, and like trying to like, even for yourself, I'm guessing, for you too, because obviously you embody it, you live the life. I'm a painter. I'm not this like guy who doesn't, do anything, which is the idea in people's heads when they see art. I think especially, and we'll get into a bit later, how Africans view art, because I think that's very interesting and seeing the shift over the last couple of years. But talk to me about, so you start painting the rooms, but then you evolved from that. I'm guessing you started painting on canvas and digital, whatever. So what was that process? Talk to me about when you started to like change that.
So what happened was, you remember I'm a science student. I'm doing something even close to medical because I did toxicology and environmental management. So I needed to be very serious. And because I was painting rooms, it was taking a lot of my time. So I didn't want to go so much into the art. So, but I was waiting. I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be like an artist. I used to look at like people who I had inspiration from, Osa 7. They were like very good painters I would watch from Instagram. Then I was in the eastern part of Nigeria. And I'll be like, I want to be like this. So, but I had patience. I was waiting till I was done with school. And the moment I was done with school, I moved to Lagos because you can't say you want to be an artist and you're not in Lagos. You're not gonna get the opportunities. You're not gonna get the right connection.
Yeah, you need to be where everyone is making art.
Yeah. And you're not gonna get the appreciation. Already in Nigeria, there was already low visibility with art, but in Lagos it's different. The mentality there is different. So it's just like in school how I had to redefine people's mindset about painting and all that. It's not the same in Lagos. Lagos is different. So I waited, and when I was planning to move to Lagos, I wanted to rebrand myself. So I was thinking, I don't want to answer Mary Charles. I wanted to answer Mary Charles my name, but I wanted to have like a structured brand, to have a name, the reason why I wanted to do this and all. So, and that was when I moved to Lagos 2020. And then I started. The first art I did in Lagos was a 3-piece art. It was my previous landlord. He commissioned me to make a 3-piece art for his. He had a big space in his house, and then I created it in Suile, Jueleba. It's a very popular place in Lagos.
Yeah.
And I remember because that was the first real art I created, not just painting. You know, anyone could just rub rollers on the wall. I mean, all those years I was rolling, painting, I enjoyed it, but this was like proper art. It was like he had expressions, he had figures, he had proper colors, he had the canvas. It was my first paint on canvas. And then when I did it, I remember people speaking Yoruba and they would say, "Oh, this Igbo boy is good," and I was so proud of myself. And that was
like the beginning of it. Going deeper on that then, because the question I had too was, I want to know about the process, your process of creating art. When we talked about this before, actually, when we first met, and you were just talking to me about like how it's not how people think. Everyone has a different process. And some processes is hidden. You're not gonna know until you talk to the person who did it, and then he might tell you a little bit secret.
Yeah.
But obviously, at the beginning, when you were creating the idea, how did you take it from an idea in your mind, or this guy commissioned to do this, to the canvas finished done?
Okay, for different painters, right? Different artists, rather. Okay, for me, okay, because it was my first, I was scared. So many artists are always scared and anxious before, even when you become very good. Before you start, if the piece means something to you, if it's important to you, I mean, it's always important for so many artists. They always want to pour out their mind through that art. They're always anxious before the first stroke. So for me, I was still an amateur. I started with sketching. I would sketch out the idea first, not on the canvas, but like I'll create like the concept on like a paper. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to put the colors and all. I always use acrylic because I don't have patience when I paint. Remember, like I told you, back in school, I'm always fast. I think it's good. I think also it's bad because as a painter, you need to have patience. But I'm like, why? I always question that. Why do I have to have patience? And if anybody asks the reason why I love acrylic over um oil paint is because of this. Oil paint takes a lot of time. Acrylic is quick to dry. So I used the acrylic. I sketched out the idea with the canvas. The process is always um it's always, how will I put it? It's always scary at first. From the first time, it doesn't look fine, and sometimes you're having doubts. It's gonna even look out. Is it gonna look good? Is it gonna? So, but at the end of the day, you always have this mind like, oh, just continue the process. Like each layer, you rub. We make mistakes, especially if you're not maybe you're not naturally gifted. Some think, I don't know if I'm naturally gifted with it. I think I'm naturally in love with art. I put a lot of work in improving. I don't know if there's anybody who just wakes up and know how to paint. But for me, I put a lot of concept. Sometimes I also get inspiration from people. I also look at how okay, this is how they do the stuff and all. And you don't even get it, but when you get it right is when you're doing it. How you hold the brush, how you rub it, how you draw it. Sometimes you might be doing it wrong, and just once your hand gets it, and you're like, oh, this is it. And then from there but you have to keep doing it. You make mistakes during the process, and then you learn from it, and then people don't know that part. When you just post the finished product, people just appreciate it, and then they don't know you went through. There were even times when you're like,
you want to get rid of
destroy it, and then you just leave it. You go to maybe you go to bed or you go somewhere. But when you come back, and then you're like, oh, okay, let's do this.
You mentioned at the beginning, right? You were talking about the process, and you're right. It's different for everyone. It's about figuring it out and the trials and tribulations of figuring it out.
Yeah.
What advice would you want to give someone that's in that stage, figuring it out at the beginning? Because when you talk and you obviously you're still developing as an artist and you will continue developing, but you remember what it was like back then when you had the doubts and you were scared, but you pushed through it. What advice would you wish someone had told you back then about how to figure it out?
Okay, so I think mine was very difficult because I didn't go to an art school. I didn't have anybody encouraging me, maybe from family and all. It was very, very difficult. And now you ask that question. That's actually the reason why I developed the name Bomo Ways and the brand. So my brand Bomo Ways is it means bad on my own ways. It's actually not like in a bad way. It's like when someone in Nigeria will be like, oh boy, you bad. They're trying to say you're very good at what you do. So it's bigger than art for me. It's like me encouraging everybody. My cousins, when they want to rebel against their parents and do what they love, they come to me, they ask me, I want to do this. Do you think I should? I'm like, yeah, do it. Not like you come to me and say you want to smoke or stuff. Not that kind of stuff. You're a gamer, you love games, you want to go into proper creating games and all. I always encourage people to do what they love. That's the whole point of Bomo Ways, my brand. It's a part where I'm encouraging every creative to do what they love. If you're a mechanic, if you're a tailor, everyone creates in different ways. Don't switch because your friend is doing better in his own field. Everyone has different time, and everyone has different talents and peace. So back to that part, because of this mindset I had about knowing what I want to do. That's the reason why even when I'm not getting it right, even when it's difficult to like get the particular project done, I always push through. What I do is when I get frustrated a bit, I let it be. It always works out. I think it's gonna always work out for everybody. I've listened to some of my colleagues also speak on like interviews, podcasts, and when they say this, I'm like, oh, so I'm not alone. We're all the same. So everyone, you wouldn't know. You think everyone is just one genius artist or painter. Nah. We do a lot of figuring it out behind the scenes. So if you're an upcoming artist coming up and then you're feeling like you're not good enough because you're not getting it right, just know that so many people who became great, became good, they went through all this process. Even we still go through all those process because the more you grow, the more bigger tax you get, the more bigger jobs you get. And the bigger tax, you've not done it before. You're thinking, this is a new challenge. How am I gonna do it? When I picked up again when I moved to London was when I did a painting I've never done before. I did a portrait painting of everyone in my class. I've never done that before. And that painting took me about 2 months. And when I brought the painting to school, everyone was like, "Wow, that's me, that's me." The point is, nobody knew times in the midnight when I got one part wrong. I'm like, this doesn't look like Lillian. What the hell? And I go to bed. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I got this. I did it wrong. So when I'm settled, I fix it. But that was something that now, if I decide to paint 20 people at a time, I'm not going to make that mistake I made then because I learned through it.
That's so true. And you said so much good stuff there, especially about the process of figuring it out as an artist is always the same. You always have to figure it out. There's always just trying again and again and again. And the fact that even as you grow, because I've had conversations with other artists too, like as they grow, as they get more and more into their art, they figure out, oh, actually, I'm learning still. And like the process of learning never really stops. It's just you learn different things.
Yeah.
Like you said, you challenge yourself, and that challenge brings a new kind of way you have to learn. So, and I think you're right also, what you said about Bongo Ways and the fact that it represents basically do it your own way, like be bad in your own way, because it is true. I think a lot of people, especially from African backgrounds, need that motivation to go out there and actually do the thing that they want to do, because that's where, to me anyway, that's where the kind of like their genius is going to come.
Yeah.
That's where the different, you do something different, you get different results. That's where it's going to come, but we don't really push that because we have which is obviously makes sense. You be safe, get a safe job, safe life.
Yeah.
But there's nothing safe about that for people who are creative. You need to have that kind of push. Who was that for you? Talk to me about a little. So you were obviously the person, you did that for other people, right? How did you come to think of like that yourself? How did you come to like get to a stage where you were like, actually, I'm going to go do this thing that I care about. I'm going to create a brand. I'm going to move to Lagos. I'm going to move to like what inspired you? Like what motivates you to keep improving, to keep chasing it?
I hate being stagnant. I don't like being in the same place. I'm not talking about just career. I'm talking about even location. I don't know if I'm worried that if I get married tomorrow, my wife is gonna get tired that, oh, we're gonna move. I'm also worried if I build a house, I'm not gonna stay there for a long time. I don't like to be in a spot for a very long time. So that's one. I felt like I became very known in school. I had passed the stage. There's always a process. Remember, I said in my 100 level, I painted for free. And some of my friends would ask me, why did you paint for free? I mean, you're good. I'm like, I don't know. There wasn't any reason to like ask for money now. But it was the foundation because in my second year, everyone I painted for came back to say, oh, I'm in a new place. I want you to paint for me. But this time they didn't ask for it to be free. That was the foundation. Yeah. So when I was ready to like go into the proper art, and there was a lot of challenges. There was the part where my dad was like, why? He wanted me to go into like 9 to 5. There was even a job offer his friend had, and even where he worked. Um, I didn't have I didn't have a place in Lagos to stay. I didn't have money. And remember, I was doing well already in the East. I had customers. If I wanted, I would have just stayed there. But that's the problem. Going back to me with the whole stagnation, I wanted to be more. So because I wanted to be more, that was enough inspiration for me to move, even though I didn't have it all put together. So that was the main thing for me. So
The main motivation.
The second one, it might not be relatable, but it was God. How was it God? Is I knew deep in my mind, God didn't want me to just be like in that space doing some random room wall painting and being limited. That was not where my potential was supposed to end. I was meant to like do more. I was meant to like create expressions, create ideas, and I was meant to like show people I could do more. So that was it for me. I wanted to show more of what I can do. So even when I went to Lagos and I created my first art, I got some of my friends asking, "Who did this?" It was annoying because I get where they're coming from. They've never seen me do that before, and but somehow it was annoying because it was like you're saying, "Oh, you can't do this."
It's like
Who else did this? It's so good.
Yeah, it can't be.
I'm like, it's me. That's me. I did it.
Yeah,
Of course, people are like, "Oh, bro, you're good and you're coming up." So that was second reason. Myself, me wanting to grow, me wanting to do stuffs like that. Another reason is because art for me is like breathing. Even if you don't pay me money, I'm gonna paint. So
I love that. I love that. And I agree with like everything you said. Everything you said. Stagnation, I'm exactly the same, man. I hate being stagnant in anything I do. In jobs that are secure, I'm still get angsty because I know time is short and also I have so much I want to do. And a lot of that is, like you said to me also, is because of God. Because God puts me in this position, you know. I'm an African kid in London. Like, how did I get here? I have no idea, you know. But I'm here. I was born there, but I'm here, you know. So it's like, it's definitely a gift. It's definitely something that I know I'm put in a position, given the opportunity to do something. And so I'm always thinking about how can I do more? How can I make sure that I give back to people more? I mentioned Africa, you know, let's talk a little bit more about Africa now, about like the scene. I've not grown up there, so you have to tell me what's the art scene like there? What does African art mean to you? Would you wish it represented? And what do you want to contribute to it?
okay, so art in Africa is very beautiful. It's different. It has a lot of identity being presented with the art. It's not like it always has meaning. It's not something you see and then you only appreciate the beauty and like, oh, this is fine. You would think about it. You look at it and you're like, why did they paint this? So I think the origin of art in Africa was, especially in Nigeria, like even if you go to the ones created from the East, even in the West, there's always like a reason why, to show cultural heritage, to tell a story, what happened. It's also like activism. Yeah, we always use art to represent most of these things in Africa. So yeah, we had we have a place, Falomo Bridge in Lagos. If you go there, there's beautiful art you see under the bridge, and it was created by Poli Alakija. She's Nigerian British born, and the art represented the fight for Chibok girls, the idea of the girl child matters, and how we need to like protect the future generation coming up. And it was also a fight against terrorism and all those stuff. And so for me, that's what African art represent. And then there is the part of fun. We have very beautiful arts, aesthetics when you go around Lagos, and then you're like, wow, it might not really be so much of thoughts, but it's very interesting to look at. It's always bold. The art is always bold. It's not like cartoon or stuff like that. So yeah, that's what you see when you come to like Nigeria in particular, and you're looking at the art there. That's.
And what do you want to contribute to that? You've told what it's like. Is there something that you think actually I could improve it here, or this is what I would do, or this is what I want to bring to it?
Okay, so for me, I'm not just an artist. So because I went to school, for my master's, I did planning and then sustainable development and all. So even for my thesis, I did street arts and how it can influence the open space. So because of that, the reason why I did if you ever did like a thesis for your master's or project, your PhD, you would always know that most people do it because of like a real life vision they have. So why I did it was because artists face a lot of challenges in Africa. It's not appreciated. There's a lot of policies that hinders art from like being done. So for me, I want to be able to contribute in the long run with the transformation of policies in Nigeria. That is how they see art, because I feel like it's not really appreciated enough. The artists are not really appreciated enough. I feel like they have a lot to contribute. It could improve tourism. It could improve the way people live. It could change the concept of some areas. There are areas in Lagos, or not just Lagos, everywhere around Nigeria that are like abandoned neighborhoods. And what art does is it revitalizes the place, brings life to it. And when you transform those areas, you see it feels safer for people to like be in and not run away from those areas, just because you see those kind of place with art, and you just naturally, it's like someone is there. I don't know how to explain that.
I completely agree. I completely see what you mean.
Yeah, and yeah, it could go a long way, but for now, the government, they don't work closely with artists to create stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so difficult. It's interesting too because you mentioned that, because I see that too. I feel like art, really good art, can build a culture. It can like you said, revitalize the culture, because it gives people like inspiration and imagination. It shows them how these people are like imaginative, and especially African art, because it's saying something. There's a message behind it. So like if we could give people an ability to just like, okay, this is the space you can create. I feel like especially Africa, because most art comes from like pain or like raw experiences. We have so much to give. You have so much to show people, like if you just see how imaginative we are with everything else.
Yeah, and they don't let people be. They don't give people the confidence to express themselves. You paint somewhere, while you're painting, they call it vandalism. If you're creating all those stuff, those stringent policies, then where do you want us to
stifle art? Exactly.
Tightening the the space for artists to like be free, and they also, when you paint in the form of activism, is being threatened. Like, why did you do this? What do you mean? Why did you do this? We're doing those things in the way we can to like contribute with to the society. We're not just people who paint just for. It's another annoying thing when people say, do you paint for fun? What the hell do you mean? Like, do we paint
2 months painting for fun?
For fun. I had a friend who, he was very close to me. He does the music, and I was very supportive of him. And then he never posts, or maybe it's not like I'm entitled to anybody helping me, but I feel like, oh, we're both in the space, and I'm doing this because we're all brothers in the creative sector. Yeah. And maybe it's not your thing to like put other people's stuff out there and maybe repost for them. And okay, that's fine, that's cool. But then I see you posting someone else that makes painting. I'm like,
brother, you're not gonna.
What's up?
You're not
And he
gonna.
says, oh, sorry, that he thought I paint for fun.
Wow,
I'm like, what the?
that's crazy.
I paint for fun, and they pay me about 500,000 to paint here, and they pay me about 1 million to paint at Ikoyi or Banana Island for fun.
Yeah, fun.
So yeah,
I mean, it comes back to what we were saying before about how people view art, especially in that community, especially in Africa. Like my mom would probably say the same thing if she saw what I did. She'd, oh, you just record videos for fun, or you go do poetry for fun, or you paint for fun. Like, it's like the perception of because they know what they've known, they don't know what is to come.
It's the same thing with other sectors of life. I think it's different now from back then. I think we're very much stubborn. Our generation, we're doing things differently from how our parents like did things. You don't see people really focus on if you want to do like the podcast, you chase what you want to chase without anybody pushing you down. Those who stream, those who create stuff on TikTok and stuff, people are inspiring others. People are doing something meaningful. It's not just the whole medical doctor or doing like a banker.
Yeah.
Being a banker or
doing the same things over and over again because they think in the mind that's safe. Yeah, no. Speaking on actually the future of what's to come and all these people doing new stuff, obviously one of the big things about being an artist now is promoting yourself. It's getting yourself out there, using social media, making sure that you're seen. How difficult is that? Especially from your perspective, for a painter, because you're painting, then you have to get the art onto the social media. Like, what is that process like? Have you found it difficult? What some things you've learned? What do you think about the whole kind of self-promotion aspect of art?
It's dodgy. It's difficult. Especially when you're moving. I can tell you, when I was in Lagos, I was getting paintings, but not so much. And when I was close to leaving, that was when I had my breakthrough online. I started getting a lot of people saying, oh, I want you to come paint. And I'm like, what the hell?
All this time.
I'm already like moving to London. I'm already leaving.
Yeah.
Why now? So moving to London, the challenge, just painting isn't enough, especially where people don't know you. The challenge with creating content just to push your artwork online, it's crazy, especially when maybe you're doing something else like a 9 to 5 and all. And I really don't want to do a 9 to 5. I really want to maybe wake up, quit my job, and just paint fully.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. so many artists who have had it easier, or maybe they didn't have it easier, but then they were strong enough to like make the decision, would probably say, "Oh, you're not ready." But I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, but maybe someday, maybe soon.
It's difficult too because I think we spoke about it too. You still have to pay your bills. It's like,
Yeah.
how can you create art if you have nowhere to live? You know?
Yeah, I saw a video of Doechi on who won the Grammy.
Yeah.
2020 back then.
Yeah.
She had this kind of issue as a rapper. And she wanted to do so much more. Like, right, I want to do so much more. I want to go out there on my artwork to be everywhere, people to see it here in London, because we're not doing it for the attention. We're not creating the content for people to like see the vibe and all. But we're doing it because we do not want to create art to like keep it indoors. There's the part where you want people to like, people who connect with those kind of stuff, to connect with it.
Absolutely.
We want to also have like financial profit from it too. So there are many reasons why we want to put it out there. But yeah, it's difficult with the algorithm.
Oh man, tell me about it, man. Because, and this is the funny thing too, because the algorithm will push things that they think people want to see, but that it has to be, you have to twist it. You know, so if you can't just pull your art and be like, this is my art, I just don't care about anything else. I care about see people like, they'll put like a video of a girl and then they'll go, it's like,
yeah,
do all
I
these
don't
other
want,
things.
yeah. So that's the difficult part. If I want to go viral today, I know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't want to do them.
Because that's not what your art represents.
Because like I said, Pomo is my brand. It represents a lot of good things. So I cannot start those good things with going viral online with the negative and impression.
Absolutely.
Also, yeah.
That's true.
I think another thing I'm gonna encourage myself, because I've been on and off, but I think I'm gonna try to be a bit consistent. I tried. That's the reason why I also started painting with my iPad, the visual one, because I was not having a lot of time to paint with the traditional painting, and my hand was scratching me to paint. So I needed something that would allow me create art anywhere, in the bus, on the road, at work, during my break. So yeah, I went visual.
Talk to me about the difference between digital visual, as you call it, and canvas. What have you found? What do you like about one? What do you not like? Why do you compare them?
Creating art with my iPad is easier.
Easier in what sense? Because I'm pretty sure I can't do it. I'm pretty sure I couldn't just do it myself. But what do you mean it's easier?
I think you do not have to pay so much attention as the way you would when you're creating traditional art, like the physical painting. You don't need to be worried about mixing colors. They've already placed the palette for you, the paints. You just choose, and then what you do is you just have to know how to blend it. I mean, I also create my art to look very realistic, even for the digital. So that's the only, I think, hard part. Blending the colors to like mix. But it's already there. That's fun. Another one is you can easily undo stuff
if you make a mistake.
If you make a mistake there. I mean, it's for the for the normal art. For you to undo them, you have to paint over it and start again. But for the digital art, you just go back.
Does that add to it? If you, for the normal one, if you make a mistake and you add to it, doesn't that make the painting more like enriched? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you make a mistake, so it really is a mistake. You're like, okay, how do I get rid of this? Is a problem?
Nothing is actually like a mistake. It's only a mistake to us that know. People who see it wouldn't know. There is this fallacy we've created, this mirage we've created.
Everything is just perfect.
Everything is art.
That was an artistic choice.
you might actually not even, you might actually not know, but there might be an art being exhibited, and the artist on the exhibition, they finds out that there was something he should have done.
Yeah.
And then nobody's going to notice. Everybody will like, wow. They're even going to make a comment on that and say, but then he's going to be like, I should have done this differently. So, yeah.
There's always that.
It's always that.
Stuff like
but for the digital one, I don't think you see a lot of that. It almost looks perfect.
Yeah.
That's why I try to create my own to look a bit realistic.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like cartoon.
Yeah. And I think I've seen you post really, really cool art and like really interesting, and like not even just the art, you put a lot of like visuals behind it, just like you said, like it's a brand. Is there personality and persona? So it's like you cut it really well. So I think that's really cool. One thing I was wondering too was for young people coming through, right? Getting the balance between posting your art on social media is very difficult for them because they feel nervous. They feel scared. People might judge them. You know, every artist has that problem. Oh, I might get judged for my art. It might not be good enough. How did you get through that? Because it seems like you just got through it easy.
Me?
It seems so, you know? It just seems like you just got from you post your art very regularly. When you make the art, you post it. But might not be the case, but how do you get through that aspect of like the fear of sharing your art?
So, the blessing I have sometimes, I mean, I think it comes through so many people's mind, what people are going to think about this, if they're going to judge, like you said. But I always have this, I don't give a damn what anybody's going to say. Like, I'm going to put it out there anyways. So...
Have you always been like that? Even when you were in Lagos or in the East, have you always just had, I don't care, I'm just going to put it out there?
I've always posted. I've always posted. Have I had doubts before I posted sometimes?
Everyone.
Yeah. Do I do it anyways? Yeah. Do I read some bad comments? Do I get criticized sometimes? Yeah. Do I delete it? Nope. It's part of the growth for me. Even before I started doing the main art, I'll tell you a story. There was a time I was painting a room in school during my bachelor's degree. And then I got to do a painting for a very, very dirty room. The room was so dirty. And the last painting there was different colors. I don't know how they painted that stuff. But while I was rubbing it, the first coating, I remember the roommate of the guy who called me to do the painting. He came with his friends, and they all looked at the room, and they were like, bro, you should have left your room the way it was before.
While you're doing it?
While I was doing it.
Oh,
you know how that feels, right?
That sucks.
On my mind, I'm like, Jesus.
On a fight someone right now.
I felt like the ground was gonna open, and then some of them came with their girlfriends.
Yeah, no.
And then they were laughing, and
did they see when you finished? When you finished?
Yeah. So this is what happens.
Yeah.
They left, and then for some people, they're gonna maybe leave the job or get sad. I just told the guy, like, please, can you, like, I want to, like, just stay on my own and paint. So he let me be. Locked the door. Music always helps. Put my music. I'm gonna finish my work. Anyways, I'll always finish. So I did it, and it came out nice. And they came back with the girls. And when they saw it, they were like, wow. And let me tell you the truth, that was the first situation I've been in it. I mean, that kind of situation. So it taught me something that day. It was like, oh, so you shouldn't really pay attention to like what people say at first. Those same people are going to come back to appreciate you. All the guys that came back, I painted their rooms after that.
See?
They all, yeah, bro, you should come paint my room, bro. You should come paint my room.
It's just noise.
Do you see?
Yeah.
So if I had taken it to my heart
And left and then
left.
Yeah.
So I tell people,
Don't listen to
don't listen to people. And after that, it has happened so many times. And with time, you when you reference back to what happened, you just like,
yeah, you get used to it. You get understand. You have an understanding about it.
It also happened with my music. There was a time I did a cover, and then I remember one guy said, "Oh, bro, you just spoiled the song." It wasn't my song. It was
crazy.
It was Joe Boy's song, and he was like,
"Oh man, that's crazy,
bro. You just spoiled this innocent guy's song."
I'm so mad if someone said that.
But guess what? He said it in my DM. I posted it, and then this is where it's good to have good friends. And then so many of my friends came, and then they were like, "Who is this person?" I don't want to use the words they're like, "Bro, because of this, we're gonna do a video."
Yeah, we're gonna go even more.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I had it in mind. So I made a video of it and I posted it. And as of then, that video and that cover was my highest liked and commented song. Everybody was like, bro, this is dope. This is dope. But if I had let one person decide if I was good or if I
or
was
discourage you, you wouldn't have done. Yeah. That's a lot. That's 100% true. I think that applies in every single art form. Yeah. Don't listen to the crowd, man, because they don't know. That's like, and it's a very important for people starting out because, like you said, if you don't have the confidence, like now you've got the backlog, you can go back and be like, I can reference back. If you're just starting out and someone says that, don't listen to them because they don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
If they could create art, they'd be creating art.
Yeah.
It's always people who don't create. People who create understand it's a process.
Yeah.
People who don't create always the ones to go back and, okay, but I have a question. Let's wrap this up. I have a question about, we've talked a lot about your art. We've not mentioned about how you would describe your art, and or even deeper than that. What is the one painting that you've done? Do you think that's exactly how I want my art to look? Even though it's not perfect, there's no perfection in art, but what's the one painting that you think describes your art perfect?
So there is this part where I remember when Whiskey, there was a controversy he had recently, or maybe not recently, maybe last year. So he came out, he said, "Don't call me an Afrobeat artist." And people said a lot of crazy things about him and said maybe he was trying to like deny or form something or stuff like that. Now, that was not what he was trying to say. He was trying to say, oh, I can do this, I can do that. Wizkid is good with reggae. He's good with dancehall. He's good with R&B. He's good with blues. He's good with so many things. So he doesn't like the idea where you box him under Afrobeats because he can actually do way more than that. So why I'm referencing this is because when people ask me what kind of art you do, I don't like to box myself and say, some people say, I do Afro intrusive art, some activism, and or I do all of them. When I was in Lagos, it's not confusion. It's just you can't box me one place because I love to do them. If you during the 2020 NSAS, I painted. I was part of the movement, NSAS. When it's time to paint doodles, fun arts, I'm there. I'm not gonna, because I feel like when you put yourself as an activist artist, that's all you're gonna be paint.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be having this, oh, really want to paint this, but because I've already boxed myself with this, I can't paint this. So
absolutely.
now, and then for the one art I've done that really meant a whole lot for me was the one I did for my classmates. I spent 2 months plus doing that.
How the longest you spent on one piece?
I remember when I told my best friend I was gonna create an art, he asked me, really? My uncle even asked me why. Why are they paying you for it?
Africans.
Because then I was living with him, and he'll be sometimes he comes back around 2 a.m. in the night, and he's looking at me painting. It's like, and sometimes it's when I'm frustrated with one particular person, because why that art it meant a whole lot to me was, one, there was a lot of diversity there. We were different people from different place. There was a reason why I wanted to create that art. I sat one day in class and I was so surprised. I was so inspired by the ideas everybody was bringing from different continents, countries. We had Pakistan, Afghanistan, Syria, India, Bangladesh, right? Nigeria, America, one British, one Russian, one Paraguay, one Sri Lanka.
Oh wow, literally international.
It was one. The only people that were more than one were the Indians.
Yeah.
And they were also different because one was Muslim, one was Hindu. Do you get? So there was diversity of both religion, both places. So everybody brought different ideas from where they come from. So when I was making that painting, I was making the painting to tell a story about this certain number of people that had bold and beautiful ideas to restructure the planning system of the world, because everyone went back to their country. Some are still here and trying to change either like the transport system or infrastructure system, roads, housing. So it was an art that was trying to tell, oh, people can be a lot in one box and contribute from different space and take stuff that they've learned and also apply or implement it different places where they come from. Apart from that, it was also beautiful having different faces. I was the only black person. I was the only black in complexion. The Afghanistan girl was the only Afghanistan girl in my class. She was beautiful. You know what I mean? Like in her own way. I was the Muslim girl from India. She was perfect in her own way. The girl from America, Miami, she was okay. The guy from Russia. When you look at the picture, you can just tell, like, from the different, the nose, the hijab, the dressing, the skin color. So the art meant so much for me. It meant diversity. It meant skin. It meant religion. It meant texture. Everything in one picture. So that was like one of the, if not the best art for me that I created.
Man, you know what's fun? Listening to you, I can tell, you said it before, that you have a natural love of art. I can tell when you speak about it, it's literally that, like, you're just thinking about, you're imagining the painting and you're thinking about how much effort and the time and like what it meant to present these people in this way. And I can see that. Final question I have for you is that why do you love art so much? Like you clearly love it. You clearly see it and you it's passionate, it's something you have to do, it's impulsive. But what is it about art? Like now that you've spent time in it, it's not like you're a kid anymore in crayons. You're now a full-grown artist. Have you figured out why you love it?
I've not figured out why I love it. I know you're looking for like a meaningful answer.
It doesn't have to be meaningful, just directly from you.
The answer is I haven't figured out why. how will I put this? So, so when you meet someone who, okay, they might actually say, "Oh, I love to make a movie because of how I can express myself. I love how I feel free and all." Art is like it's like therapy for me. Sometimes I don't like to press my phone. Sometimes I don't want to be online, and art does it for me because the hours I spend painting, I'm not with you guys on this planet Earth. I'm zoned out. I'm only thinking about what I'm creating. So in that moment, I feel more alive. I feel it's more realistic for me than the things you see online. So after creating that stuff, the part where I start creating the content for what I painted, it brings me back to, oh, this is what's going on. But apart from the therapy and it takes me somewhere else, it distracts me from things going on with the world. It's just something I love for no reason. I just love art for no reason.
That's beautiful.
I remember I went to Morocco with my friends, and every part where I see an artwork on the wall, anywhere, they would always turn to look at me because they know I'm about to stop.
It's not like this.
I'm about to stop and appreciate, like, wow.
Yeah.
How did they create this?
Yeah.
Wow, how did they do this and all? And if you ask me the reason why, I don't know. I just love it.
That's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's actually the most truest answer anyone's ever given me to that. I love art for no reason. Because you're right, everyone tries to come up with reasons, and I love art because I was a kid and my mom gave me art, like all of these other we just love it because we're just chosen to, like, that's just is what it is. It's just
it's just, I feel it's even the same with love. I hear people say, "Oh, I love you because you do this and you did that." If you go back to like the Bible and real love, you would see it's unconditional. There's no reason why you should love that person. It's just a choice. It's just, you don't know why, but you're just supposed to love. It's the same thing for me. You see people who play game. For me, there was a time I had this mindset of, why do other people do this stuff that doesn't make sense? Because it didn't make sense then.
Yeah.
But growing up and becoming more matured with my brain and looking at it from my own perspective, like, why would I say it doesn't make sense? Because they might actually be looking at me and saying, why does this boy bother himself doing this even at this his age? There are some people who look at me creating art and they'll be like, bro, don't you think it's time to wrap it up? You're getting you're getting old. Why are you still, like, it's like maybe they think it's like a childish stuff or stuff. What the hell? This is me. If you're calling it a childish stuff, Ronaldo is still playing ball.
Yeah.
Ball. We played ball for fun, right?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know playing ball, making money from it. So
I think they just don't understand that, like, this is what we do for life.
do you understand? Yeah.
You know, how can you be a child? This is what you do.
This is who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't tell me, oh, time to wrap what up. I'm not wrapping any shit up.
I'm just getting started.
The funny thing is, I haven't even started.
Yeah.
I always said it. There was a time when, like I said before, back in school, there was a time people thought then, when they thought, celebrating period, thought that was it. I was not even started then. And then I moved to Lagos and people were like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And I moved. And I also went, and people think this is it.
Yeah.
Seriously, I want to paint like a very big artwork that's gonna go.
I can see it, brother. I can see it.
Yeah, and then I see like a lot of people look at it, get lost in it, appreciate the beauty in it. I want to be able to create art that is gonna bring communities together, create like some engagements. Yeah.
I can see it for you, brother, and I look forward to your journey. And I hope I'll be on again the next time to be able to actually like dissect the art. Like I told you before, like man, like yeah, like I relate to that so much. I love an art for no reason, and I love that. I love that you continue to do it, and I love the way you keep going. You're right. You know, we've begun yet.
Nah, I haven't.
So thank you,
Thank you, bro.
thank you for your time. Thank you for doing this in this environment.
I mean, it's fun.
It was fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Until next time, peace.